Video Master John Curtis, and today we have Chess Clash. That is, it's the Master versus the Barbarians, okay, on chess.com. And our first Barbarian we're going to play is Barbarian. That's his name. The iconic Barbarian makes up for his lack of brains with a big sword and a big set of muscles. Now he's rated 300 and he's from the United States. So this is the AI. So we're going to get going and we're just going to start our game. It's random colours. And we're going to get this first game underway. He's played E4. We'll play Sicilian C5. As you can see, we've got different he says, oh, you move, he says, you move. He says, I'm going to attack his queen. He's brought his queen out too early. This is what happens when these 300 players tend to make moves. They tend to go a bit berserk. We're just going to attack his queen. He's moved back. I'm going to attack his bishop just to test him. He's moved back again. Well, now I can move my knight in the centre of the board. And hopefully we'll develop a bishop. I might move this knight back and attack his pawn. Okay, because the e-pawn's loose. Now we'll take it off. He didn't defend it. This is one of the mistakes that a lot of beginners make. He's got a pawn here. I'll play rook b8. I've got a open b file. It's gone there. It could be something free in the offing. I wonder if I could play pawn there. If he plays bishop takes, I could take that knight. I'm going to play bishop here. Unfair and shadow my bishop, right? Because his position is a bit weak down there. Going to play knight back. Now I'm threatening a bit of a sacrifice there. Oh, he's decided to give me his castle. We'll take it. So we'll take his castle. He gave us a free castle. He's not watching what's going on. Might try to attack his queen. Play knight check. Just going to go bishop here. I'm going to attack his bishop. Move backwards. Well, take his bishop with the rook. We're going to try to be a little bit now. We'll give him a knight check just to test him. Move our castle back. We'll save that castle. Right, and now we've still got to work out a way to get in there and kill him. He won't lay down and die. I'm going to take his bishop. Oh, it's a good knight on d6, but we've got so much free material that he's given us. This great 300 player, this Barbarian that he calls himself. Play d5. We'll start moving up the centre. I think we'll capture this pawn. Mainly because we want to play queen here and threaten a checkmate there, mating attack. It's not quite a checkmate, but it's pretty close. And we're getting a bit closer now. I've got knight here. I don't know how he stops a checkmate there. It's pretty tough to stop checkmate, and that is checkmate. So that's the end of Barbarian. We're now going to move to the next of the Barbarian group. Next bot. And it's Coach Danny. No, we don't want him. We don't want to play Coach Danny. No, we didn't ask to play Coach Danny. He's not a Barbarian bot. He's not a Barbarian bot. So we'll get rid of Coach Danny. Coach Danny, what's he doing here? Coach Danny, he's not, he's 400. So he might be a Barbarian. Danny's a Barbarian. Okay, rightio. So here we go. Play. See what he's doing. Okay, so playing Coach Danny. He says, now you have no more squares for your bishop. Okay, Danny, you seem to think so. Okay, we'll play c5, try to undermine his structure. Take his pawn off. Take his knight off. We'll play pawn there. And the whole idea is we just want to play bishop to d6. He's got to move there, bishop to d6. And just chase his queen around the board. See what he does. Tempting to push the pawn, because if we push it again, we're going to win a piece. This is one of the things that a lot of beginners make this mistake, and that is you push the two pawns up and they forget there's a pawn fork. Beginners in chess, they don't really know what a pawn fork is, and that's what it is. So we can play bishop here, but he'd check and take the bishop, so that doesn't work. So we just take the knight. He hasn't recaptured, so we'll castle. Develop our pieces. Play pawn hits queen. Encourage him to take that centre pawn. He hasn't taken it. I'll play a6, so I'll chase his queen. I'm threatening pawn takes queen. Should have pressed the queen alert alarm, shouldn't I? Well, we'll take that. He's given us a queen exchange. We have got an extra piece. We'll play bishop here. We're attacking that pawn. And we'll take the pawn off. It's gone. That was simple enough. Everything seems to be very easy. It's making life very easy for us. We'll push a pawn forwards. I've got an extra piece, so I just want to attack his king. He's allowed us to take the pawn. We were threatening pawn takes pawn, and he ignored it. So at his peril, we'll give him a check. He's now in check. He's gone there. Rook takes bishop check, protected by the pawn. And this is good. Play bishop here now. We're threatening rook takes pawn check. Another pawn with check. Well, we'll capture with the bishop. It's a nice check. Keep the activity going. And we'll play bishop here. We're threatening checkmate. Right, we're threatening a checkmating attack. That's checkmate. There we go. So that's the end of Coach Danny. New bot. Now, Coach Danny, what happened to all the monsters? All the monsters, the Monster Mash. We want to play the monsters. Here they are. Now we're playing Giant. Giant is rated 500. We'll try to work our way quickly through these characters. And we've chosen Giant. He's 100 points stronger than Coach Danny. Okay, we're going to play him now. Here he's moved into position, and he's played d3. So he's opened his bishop up. He's done a good thing. Right. I'm going to play e5. I'm just trying to take the centre. Another one of the things that beginners make the mistake of is they don't take control of the centre. So what I'm trying to do is just do exactly that, take control of the centre. I'm going to play bishop c5. I've now got all these different pieces on the d4 square, and I'm going to castle, place my king in safety, element of safety. I'm going to play queen to e7. Right, this is, now I can push a pawn on his knight. Right, so I'm just trying to restrict his position slightly and cause him a bit of discomfort. I can take that pawn. Might be an idea to take it, I'm not sure. I'm going to play rook to e8, just protect the pawn. I'll let him worry about it. And I think I can play bishop hits queen. Look at that. When he's played h5, he's allowed the bishop to come in to attack his queen. Now I'm going to try to open up his position somehow. Somehow, I don't know how. I'm still working on it. I'm working on it, folks. Working. I'm going to play rook on the A file to the D file here. Put pressure down there. He's still hanging in there. I'm going to pin his knight against his queen. And now I can play knight here. This is a very important move. He's gone there. He's made a big mistake. I can take en passant, right? En passant. Now I can take his bishop. He's on that knight, but I'm attacking his queen with the pawn. What's he doing? He's moving that there. He's allowing pawn takes queen check. Not a good idea. Now I've got to save my bishop. So I'm going to move my bishop back to one square. I am threatening knight takes d3. Knight d3 looks good, but I do like knight here. Knight there. I'm going to play there because I want to eliminate this knight, this defender. I will take that knight. And now I can play queen here. This actually centralizes the queen, threatens a knight and a castle. He's dropped the castle, so he's now in a big check. There's a knight check there. It's checkmate. So we just beat the giant. The giant, he's one of their strongest players. Next bot is Goblin. Now Goblin's rated 700. We're working our way through the bots in this stream. And we're travelling well. We'll play e6. So we're playing the Indian game, the East Indian, anti-Nimzo Indian, right? I'm going to give him a check on b4. That's the b4 square there. And now we'll play b6. Okay. The idea is to fan shadow the bishop. I'm going to retreat my bishop back to e7. Could do that or take the knight. Decisions. I'm going to go back to e7. He's got e4. Or he doesn't play it. So he's giving me control of this square. That's not the right way to play. I'm going to play d5 now. And I've just got a very easy game to play. I'll take that pawn. He's got to be a bit careful. What I could do here, I'm going to castle. Just castle. Remember, he's only 700 rated. I should win without much trouble, but still, I'm going to play. I really want to play bishop takes knight, but I'm not brave enough to. I'm going to play knight b file d7. Try to get c5 in, right? Sorry about the arrows. They're not that. Good. I could take that knight. Just capture the knight. But my pieces are better than his. I like the end game. Queen takes queen. No problems. Give him a check. He's got to take with the rook. And now knight here looks good. Knight there looks like an excellent move. He's attacking my bishop. So I'll take his bishop. Now I'm going to have to play bishop here, I think. Now I'm going to have to move again. I can play bishop takes knight, smash his pawn structure. Now, will he take the bishop? Which bishop will he take? He's taken that one. So I'll move my bishop in there, right into the centre of the board. It's a powerful square. And now we'll change castles. Got to get rid of his castle. It's dangerous. It's gone there. Damn, my last move was not a good move. I'll go here. It's gone there. It's not good either. Play rook here. I want to get to the 7th rank. I'm playing pawn here to prevent h6. I don't know why. But I'm going to play rook here now. Pin his pawn against his king. And we'll just attack his weak pawns over here. He's got a weak pawn. We'll go over there and try to take it off. We'll take that pawn off. Let's loose the A pawn. We'll attack his B pawn now. We'll take his B pawn. Now we'll take his castle. It was a discovered attack. And now we'll take this pawn here. So really, he hasn't got anything. He's got nothing. He's not threatening anything. I'm just going to push my pawn. I'll play rook to d7. I want to protect the A pawn. I probably should have pushed the A pawn. Pawn here is good. This is a great move. Pawn hits bishop. Chases bishop away. Bishop takes bishop. We're just winning here. And rook hits pawn. I'm going to try to take the central pawns. Rook takes pawn. We're just capturing all the pawns. King forwards. We're going to play king up and take more pawns. We'll protect that. The rook protects that pawn. King up. We're threatening to take a pawn off. There's not much you can do. Play rook takes pawn. Check. He's helping me. Rook back. Just go back one square. We'll push a pawn forwards. It'll worry him. And we'll push the... Well, I can't push that pawn. I can play rook here. The rook here is a good move. And rook goes behind past pawns. He's playing very badly. Push the pawn for the queen. Push the pawn for the queen. You can't stop it. Make the queen. Okay, so we've got a queen. And now should be a checkmate there soon. Queen check. Queen check here. We're circling him. Check here. Now we can win his thing. It's a check here and should be mate next move on that square. Okay, so that was Goblin. Now Goblin was rated 700. Okay, so we've gone through Goblin. We'll go to the next bot. And the next bot seems to be a human. His name is Valkyrie. He's rated 1000. I'll play F5 this time. So I'm being very brave here, but I'm showing you all the different types of chess openings for beginners. This is the Dutch defense. Staunton Gambit he's playing. Pawn takes pawn. We'll take that. I'm just hoping that he plays it badly. I'm going to play knight f6 because he's rated 1000, so it's a problem. He's playing well. Play pawn here. This is where he's gone astray slightly, I think. I'm going to play bishop pins knight. Oh, there. I'll play knight here now. Now, threatening knight takes pawn. But he's playing well. All right, we'll play queen to there. He's going there. We'll take that knight. Knight there. Knight there. Bit tricky. Take his knight. I've got to watch. I'm going to play bishop to rook 6. He might take the bishop. Well, they might do that too. I'll play bishop here. Put pressure on the c pawn. I really want to play c6 and e5. But my king is weak as water. All right, I'll play a6. I'm being very, very cautious. I'm trying to stop this knight moving here. Okay. And he's winning. All right, I'll play pawn there, chase his bishop. See if he just takes the knight. He didn't. He gave me the bishop. I wonder why. I'll play pawn here. Just protect my bishop. Play bishop here. Fanchetta, my bishop. Oh, this is pretty easy now. He's giving me a whole piece. I play knight here now. I want to play knight here and attack his queen and attack the castle. Well, he allows me to do this. So, I mean, really, he's not putting up much opposition. I'm going to play pawn to c6 now, because if he captures the pawn, I've got a double attack on his knight. Okay, he's after a pawn. Let him have the pawn. He's going to have some problems. Oh, wait a second. We've got pawn hits queen. The old pawn fork again. Now we take his queen, but it's with check. So he's just lost all his pieces. Play rook here. Certainly rook takes pawn check. He plays knight takes. Okay, well, let's put some more pressure on him. We'll play queen up there and attack his c pawn. I'll tell you what, we could smash him here with queen takes pawn check. Sacrifice the queen, rook takes, because we're protected by the bishop. And he's gone there, so now we could take a pawn off. We're just cleaning up the position. He's going there, he's desperate. He's giving us another piece. Push a pawn, he might take it. That'll open up the other rook to pin the bishop against the king. And now finally a bishop checks, and he's only got one square to move to, and that's checkmate. There we go. Okay, I hope you understood that. He says, give me another game, give me another game. No, we can't play you, sir. Mr. AI. We're now playing Hog Rider. He's rated 1200. He says, hello there, play any move at all. This game is just for practice. When I say hog, you say rider. There you go. Hog Rider. So I'm going to play knight here. He was threatening my pawn with check. And I'm going to play knight here and attack his queen. He's made the basic mistake of bringing the queen out too early in the game. I'm going to play d5. And now I'm going to play knight here. So there you go, I'm attacking his queen. I've ignored the pawn. Now knight takes pawn check. Basic trap in chess. And knight takes queen wins. Okay, so that was the end of that game. He won't resign because he's a bot. He's not very smart. I'm going to take this pawn with the queen. And now we're just going to kill him quickly. I'm going to play bishop f5. And we're threatening to come in here with a massive check. Right, we've got a bishop takes knight over here now. And now things are heating up. We've got a bishop checks. And things are getting worse. So now I'm castling and I'm threatening a massive check down here. This check here wins his castle, attacks his king, will take his rook. And now he's lost all his pieces. So he's not only a queen down, but he's lost more pieces as well. We'll activate the rook on the back rank. Right, threatening another piece. We'll take that piece too. And we'll take that. So we're just taking all the pieces. Play queen here. Give him a check. There's a pawn with check as well. And now a queen with check. And finally the bishop check will come into the game with a check. And it should be very close to mate. I believe that's mate in 1. Can't stop it, so we just checkmate him. And that was Hog Rider. Yes, and we're playing the beasts. The new beasts. Going to play the next bot. This time we're playing Witch. We're working our way through all the bots, the new bots that are available this month. Witch is 1500. He says, good luck, have fun, let's try to learn something. Playing e5. Again, he, like the other bots, brought out the queen too early. However, the bishop there does threaten checkmate. Now I can't hit the queen because that's a checkmate there. So I've got to defend my king. But I can play pawn here. It's not a bad move. But I've also got pawn there, which is not a bad move too. Pawn there. So I can develop a piece. Okay, now I can hit the queen because there's no checkmate. No checkmate on that square. And I could play bishop to knight 5, just attack the queen. Might induce a weakness. Little pawn weakness. Now the knight can't go to its natural square. F3. F3 is its natural square. Move bishop up here. It's not a bad move. I'm going to play queen here. He's moving forwards. He's threatening a pawn. Well, we could take it. We could take that pawn, or we could push. I prefer to develop my pieces. I'm going to play A6 now. The intention is to kick this bishop away. Don't like this pin. Okay, so now we don't have to worry about this bishop anymore. Might castle. Castle. Okay, so we've castled. It's going to be a little bit careful. Bishop takes, is it? Is that the right move? Or is it knight takes? Knight takes pawn looks good. I like knight takes pawn because now I can bring my knight into c5. This is interesting. I'll play knight there. Okay, so I've gone to c4, I should say. Now he's threatening to win a piece, so I do have problems here. We've got small problems. Threatening my bishop. I can move it here. There you go. I can move my bishop up one square because he was threatening pawn hits, bishop wins. Now I can move this bishop here, and I'm threatening something. I'm not threatening enough. All right, I'll play bishop here. Okay, so I'm pretty pressure. He's taken the bishop on f5. I've recaptured. He wants to change queens. I'm not interested in changing queens. I'm going to play my knight forwards. And now he wants to do this, does he? Okay. Well, I'm going to play c6. I just want to control squares. I'll do anything to control squares. I'll play pawn takes. So I'm attacking his queen. Play queen there. He's got it. It's a good move. I can play queen here. Just protecting this pawn. He wants to take it off. I can play queen here. Now, I'll take with the queen. So threatening his queen. Oh, he's changed queens. Great. Now I'm happy with the endgame. I'll play rook here, protect the pawn. Everything is fine. Now play rook here, attack his bishop, right? And now I can play rook takes bishop, and that wins the game because next move I'm going to play bishop takes pawn check and attack the two rooks. Okay, well, which rook do we take? Why not take this rook? Why take that rook? Well, we want to play pawn here. That's to open the back rank. If I don't open the back rank, a rook here is good. Threatens a check. Straight away we're into him. We'll take that pawn. Right. You ask yourself, how do we continue the attack? Well, we just have to play a good endgame. Rook hits two pawns, threatening the G pawn and the C pawn. It's a double attack. He's attacking one pawn. Well, we're going to take lots of pawns. We'll take this pawn, the G pawn. If he takes the F pawn, we take the C pawn, and we're still on two pawns. We're attacking the two pawns. This time we're going to take another pawn, and we're off. I probably took the wrong pawn. I'll play rook here. Rook here. Oh, no, he's not threatening anything. I think I better go for a queen. I'm just going to play rook here and go for a queen. Okay, I'm going to push my pawns now. Pawn here, we'll connect that pawn. We're not worried about the C pawn. Go for a queen. It's a winning tactic. And pawn forwards one more time, and he can't stop the queen. He says, when do I get a real challenger, he says. King here. Go check. I'll play king here. It's gone there. Well, I'll just make a queen. No problem. And it should be a checkmate very shortly. There's a check here. right where his castle lives. Rook takes pawn check, and now it's looking really bad for him. That's a check, and the next move is mate. There we go. So that's the end. He says, pathetic. That's what he says. It's a witch. And the witch says, pathetic game. Next bot. So we're moving on up with the bots. And this is good for beginner chess. Shows you how to play. Playing the wizard. Now the wizard's 1900. We have to play very cautiously. Playing e5. Knight c6. Remember, he's 1900. 1900 is probably a very good club player. He says, I feel like this is a bit too obvious. Knight takes pawn. Well, we'll play bishop hits knight. Okay. You moved the knight back, so we'll move our bishop back. He was threatening to take our bishop. And now it's our move. Well, we'll play d6. He's moving in. He wants to take the bishop. Okay, well, bishop to e6 looks all right. So we're just being a bit cautious at this stage. We can play knight here. This is not a bad idea. We'll just remove that knight. Oh, he doesn't like that. Well, we could take that knight. Doesn't do too much. We'll take that knight. And we'll take this knight too. Okay, so as long as we get, now he's taking that, he's threatening my B pawn here. So I'm going to play pawn here, attack his queen. Now he's attacking over there, so we'll take that off. He's playing well. And h6 attacks the bishop. Okay. And now, knight to e7. I'll play knight e7. Okay. I'm going to play f6. I'm going to dig in deep here. I'll castle. On there. I'll play pawn here. Not sure about that move. He's on my pawn. I've got to defend it. I just realised he's threatening my pawn. Give me a check. I'll move my king. So he knows what he's doing. I'll push the pawn on the bishop, on the white bishop. And I might play pawn hits bishop now. Just chase that bishop away. And now I can play d5. So attack the pawn in the middle. Can take this pawn. It's probably not a bad idea. Take that pawn. Knight to d5. Right, I want to. Who's going there? We'll play rook takes. This is not easy. Rook takes. Making it a bit difficult. Pawn takes. Told you he's 1900, so he's no slouch. Rook here, I lose, so I'm going to play a different kind of move. I'm going to play pawn forwards. I'm going to jettison my pawn. I'm going to attack him his pawn. Right, and now I want to play pawn here, mainly because I really, it's a weakness. It's a weakness. But we'll see what happens. He's gone there. I can play bishop here. I have to, otherwise I can end up losing the game. Play rook here. Okay, now he takes. Okay, I can get my king working. He's got 5 pawns, I've got 4. I'm going to move my bishop back and attack his castle. And move my bishop back there. It's not easy, this position. Pawn takes. I want to be able to take his B pawn. King up. We get the king working. Pawn to A5. Pawn to B4. I'm trying to get a past pawn. Pawn here. That's my only hope. King hits rook. He's playing very accurately. Rook check. Rook hits all the pawns. So now I'm attacking all the pawns. He's gone there. I go back. He's taken a pawn. So I've got to take the pawn here. I've got to take the G pawn. Give me a check. I'll move forwards. The position's a draw. Threatening my pawn. I go here. So I'm threatening his pawn. And I'm protecting my pawn. Give him a check. Rook takes pawn. Position's still a technical draw. It's a technical draw. Rook here. Rook behind the pawn. Pawn forwards. Rook here. Pawn there. Pawn there. This is a technical win now. He's got a lost game. King hits rook. And now what we've done is we've just outplayed him. We just make a queen with check. He says, I wonder if she has a magic cloak too. He's talking about me, but I'm not a she, I'm a he. King here. It's mating with a rook and a. If we cut that king off, so it's all cut off that square. And now we check him, and that way he's got less squares to move to. King up. Notice how we've got him in this little box, right? So we just check him again. Is that a good move? King here. It's okay. King here is a good move because he's in this box, you see. There's a check. And now he's still in the box. He's got to go to the back rank. And now we play king here. And this is the winning technique. Now king here is the opposition. And now in these types of positions, you can just play, how many moves to checkmate? Check here is the move. And then we play a waiting move, rook over here. And that means he has to go to the opposition and the castle checkmates. There we go. So that's how to checkmate with a castle and a rook. Okay, so that was the end of the wizard. Next bot. Well, playing P.E.K.K.A. Now, P.E.K.K.A is 2200. I'm going to play E5. This is going to be a much harder game. He says, I'll have you know I have big swords. Knight C6. He says, I'll get you next time, he says. Knight F6. I'm worried about you getting me this time, you terrible P.E.K.K.A. Terrible P.E.K.K.A. Pawn takes pawn. Okay. Well, we've got to pin that knight. Pin that terrible knight. He's captured our knight. We'll recapture with the C pawn. We didn't capture with the D pawn because he would take our queen with check, right? Okay, so now we can play queen here. And we're threatening a pawn. Go there. Well, we can play knight here. And we're threatening his knight. We'll bust his pawns over there. We'll bust those. Well, he smashed his pawn structure. Not a wise thing to do. And now, play rook on, oh, this is I've got a castle. I want to put pressure on his E pawn. This pawn here is advanced. Now I'm going to play rook here and just attack his pawn. It's not easy for him to hold it. I'm going to take it now. So he's lost his pawn. So I've got now 7 pawns and he's got 6. I'll check him here. I'm going to change castles. Oh, he won't change. Dirty dog. I can play bishop here and change bishops. Now I'm going to play king here. And the whole idea is I'm still changing bishops. He'd like to come in there. It's a very good idea. I'm going to take his bishop. Right, and I've got a plan. I'm going to play rook here now and threaten that pawn. So threatening rook takes pawn check. Now I can attack his rook. Remember, I'm 1 pawn up. If he exchanges, now I'm close to winning. When there's 2 castles in the endgame, just for your information, when there's 2 castles in the endgame, is pawn here better? I'll play pawn there. Okay, so now I can push this pawn. He says, any siege machines that I can deploy. He says, you better be nice to that pawn, he said. He's talking about the extra pawn I've got, probably. Well, I'll see if I can change castles. See if he avoids it. It says, my senses tell me this was an excellent move. Okay. Well, I'm going to play pawn here now. Right. And now I'm going to play pawn here. And now we're changing pawns. We've got we've got a 2-1 on that side of the board. Pawn here. As you can see, I don't want to change pawns. I want to play pawn here now. My king wants to come in here. King here, king here, king here, king here, and take everything off. Now I can play pawn here because I win the game. I've got the whole game controlled. And now king here will win. My pawns are just deadly. And king here. My king is going to march in. It's called the fighting king in the endgame. We've secured all his pawns, put them on bad squares. Pawn here. Now we have a pass connect. This is called a pass connected pawn. So you can't take the back pawn or the front pawn or queen. And now we're just going to take everything off. Every single pawn. We'll play pawn here. Take that. Oh, we could take it. And king here and take more pawns. As a matter of fact, we could take every single pawn on the board. Pawn here, he's not doing anything. King takes pawn. Oh, and I'll show you a technique. King here. If you really wanted to, say you're playing lightning chess and you just want to take all the pawns off, you can go, king here is the opposition. See, that's when the kings are facing off, that's the opposition. Now king here, and now there's no way he can defend the C pawn, and the C pawn's gone. Right. It should be a quick checkmate. We'll take another pawn. Make it easier. Go for a queen on the outside of the board. You don't want to stalemates when they can't make a move at all. You don't want that. So now he's locked in. His king's locked in. King here. We're locking everything in now. Pawn here. Just locking him in. And now pawn here. And now he's in a very bad situation. Queen check. Queen check. Check. We'll make him go forwards. And then we'll just make a queen pawn here. He's got to move his king to h5. That's it. Good man. Make a queen. And now he's got to make a king move. And the rook queens will checkmate like that. Okay. But this queen controlling that file. And this queen controlling that file. Okay. So that was the P.E.K.K.A. He was 2,200. And we'll go to the next bot. Says the game is, I wonder who the next bot is. The next bot is the Archer Queen. Now she is the queen, right? So this is it says don't ignore the small ones. So I'm playing knight to f6. He's playing c4, c5. See, in a lot of the old chess, they used to have a moat. And this I think this thing across the middle of the board is like a moat. I'm just developing my pieces, castling. The Archer Queen's 2,900. This is really dangerous stuff. Okay. Right. I'll play knight here. I'll play knight there. Now I want to get rid of this bishop. This bishop is very dangerous, so I'm going to take it. And I'm going to play queen to e7 just to hold this pawn. The knight was threatening the pawn. And now it's my move. I play knight here. All I'm doing is I'm just keeping my pawn structure solid. Okay. Rook here. This is very off-putting, this moat in the middle of the board. It's a remote moat. I'm going to play queen here. I'm going to try to change queens. No, my opponent doesn't want to change queens. I play rook here. I'm trying to get an outside pass pawn, cause some trouble. Oh, look at this. That's not a good move. Rook here is probably forced, is it? That's queen here is forced. Trying to chase, wait a minute. Knight there might be a good move. Oh, I lost a piece. Oh, trying to be too smart. I lost a piece. This is it. Did you see what happened there? It was against Archer Queen. So I worked my way right through to the 2900 bot and I blundered a piece. I've just moved too fast. Yeah, so yeah, so that's it. Okay, so it looks like we've got to resign that one. New game. I'm going to play the Archer Queen again. I'm going to give her one more game. I'll play this game faster and hopefully we can hold the Archer Queen to a draw. Trouble is, A.I.BOT's 2900. It's hard to play fast against them. They seem to know what they're doing. Castles. Right. So this is all theory now. Ooh, it's not easy. Play A5. I want to play knight to F5 and chase that stupid bishop away. Bring a queen in because it's hard for my opponent to do anything with the queen in there at the moment. I can't see any knockout attacks or anything. As I say, this remote moat is very off-putting. Yeah. I'm pushing a pawn past. I've been able to hold my pawn. This is really dangerous. Wants to play rook takes pawn. I don't know whether I can get a checkmate or anything here. It's not easy, this position. This queen's very dangerous. I'm trying to chase this queen away. Oh, this is awful position. I'm trying to hold on, but maybe I should. Oh, it's a pin. Oh, I pinned the rook. Oh, I've made it worse. I've made it worse. Damn. I've made the whole position much worse. All right then, it looks really bad now. It's the trouble playing these AI, they're very hard. Got to play king here. And then I lose, don't I? Oh, it's not good. The last move I played, trying to play too fast, it's cost me. My game's totally lost. I cannot stop rook takes pawn. Rook takes pawn is a winning move. I can't stop it. Can't stop it. It's going to allow it to happen. Now queen here is a killer. I'm just tied up, something shocking. We'll pawn to knight 5, try to open up the position, and now rook takes. It's check, just a checkmate down there. So that's the end of the game. So we tried. We could try a third time. Hikaru tried a third time. So it took Hikaru 3 times to beat one of the A.I.BOTs, about 2,900. So I'm going to try one more time. This is my last chance at redemption against the archer queen. Play knight f3. I'm going to play a real solid game this time. Very hard to play black against the 2,900s. Knight there. I'll play g3. So I'm playing a speed game against the archer queen 2,900. Castling. I'll play d5. d4. d4, d5. And now I'm going to play this h6, h3. See what the queen does. I'm going to play e4. I'll try to take the centre. I'm happy to block the bishop. Happy to block it. I'm going to play bishop here. Now throwing that king to h2. Bishop was and the queen were combining to attack the pawn. Now trying to really cause me trouble. I can play knight to d5. Now if pawn takes pawn, I can play knight takes pawn. This is tricky. We only have one shot at the title here, so we're going to be accurate. If I play knight here, knight to d5, knight takes pawn can be played, but I can't play knight takes pawn. I see now what I'm saying. I can see it. I can see it's a complicated position. Pawn takes pawn, take it. Do it this way. Knight takes pawn. This is dangerous. I don't like giving up a centre pawn for a filthy pawn. I play bishop hits knight. And the whole idea, if pawn hits knight, I can take the knight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this knight. Now I can play knight takes pawn now. But I can also play knight to d5. So I'm threatening the bishop on f6. Takes that way. Well, I'll take with the queen and control white squares. This bishop's still blocked here. Now I can play rook on the f file. A rook on the a file to c8. That's threatens a pawn. Why can't I just play queen takes pawn? Rook here looks good. Rook there looks good. Pawn takes. Now I'm on the c pawn. God help me. Well, I can play a3. This is going to get complicated. But simply rook take a3. I'll play this move. Slows the opponent down. But we're going to open the opponent up with knight takes pawn now. I'm attacking this knight here, which in turn attacks the castle in the corner. Well, we're going to have a big swap off here. And I think you're going to be pleasantly happy with the result. We've got a draw. I believe this is I've lost a pawn, but after rook here, I think I've got a technical draw. Pawn here, is it? Oh, pawn there. That's probably the best. And pawn here to g5. Am I going there? Well, I can now play king here. There are no threats. The king can't move forwards now. I'll play rook there. The king is trapped. Now I'm going to play pawn here. And I'm going to play king here. King here should draw. No, it's not. King here is correct, eh? King there. And king here. This should be a draw. Pawn there. That's an interesting move. Because this could now enable the the king to move forwards, which is frightening idea. I've got to take it. I think I've got to take it. And now I've got to play king. And then I've got to play rook here, cut the king off. Cut the king off. And king here. And now king, oh shivers, this is scary. I'm going to play rook here now. And then just check. 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 Good check. Now rook here. And now king here. Rook there. Check. 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 I believe this is a draw. Check. 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 We're going to work hard for a draw against Archer Queen. Check. 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 Rookie. Check. 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 Rookie. guess you might go there. So check here. Rook here. Check here. Rook here. Rook here. Check. Rook here. Rook here. The queen's trying, Archer Queen's trying to get me to make a mistake. Rook takes pawn. Now king here is the best move. King here. King here. King here. Rook here. Oh, I said rook here. King here. Rook check, I think is okay. Rook here. Well, certainly rook takes pawn. Okay, so now we should be all right. Let's play pawn here. Push. And now we're going to a clear draw now. Rook takes pawn. Got to be a bit careful here. Rook here is probably the best. Well, it's a draw. Rook takes, rook check is a draw. Because it's a rook pawn. Got the opposition now. Got the opposition. And the game is a draw. There we go. So we got a draw. I hope you enjoyed this stream. If you did enjoy the stream and you hadn't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. That was our final attempt at Archer Queen. It took us a total of 100 moves exactly to get a draw. Archer Queen is rated 2,900 and she is one of the toughies. We'll do a game review on it. We'll just do a quick game review and we'll just see what our rating performance was for the actual game. Okay, we're doing just a quick what's it doing Outlook Live? What's this Outlook Live business? Shouldn't be going to Outlook Live. No, doing a game review. Here we go, doing a game review. Here it is. Right, so we're just going to go in here. Where's the game review? Oh, here it is. Game review. I played it. I played with the white pieces. I played it. I'll show you the results. Here it is. Here's the results. 1 minute. Played it 98.4% accuracy. Archer Queen played at 98.7% accuracy, right? And the rating performance for the game, my rating performance was 3,350. That's right. So my rating performance, an all-time high against the artificial intelligence, 3,350. and my opponent 3,350, and that's fair enough because we played 100 move draw against the A.I.BOT 2900 Archer Queen. Thank you for sharing your time with me today, and I hope you really enjoyed the presentation. So we went from beginner class right up to master class and or grandmaster class, and I'm very, very pleased with the final outcome. Now, it did take me 3 attempts to get a draw with the player, and I had to perform at 3,350 to stop the Archer Queen. Right? Okay, I'm going to go now. God bless all your families, and thank you again for coming in and sharing your time with me. And if, as I say, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's free on YouTube. And or if you'd like to make a donation, my PayPal link is in the video description. Thank you again. And now we're going to say adieu, goodbye.